All right, hello, brothers and sisters. My name's Mike. Today I'm here to talk about my beautiful feet and tell you about the transformations that have happened with my feet since I've started walking barefoot more than 2 years. Yeah, I stopped wearing shoes around the beginning of 2021, and now 2021, 2022, and we're halfway through 2023. So about 2.5 years. Um, yeah, it's been a journey. So basically, I just want to tell you about all the benefits and the way that my feet have changed since I stopped wearing shoes. So the first and most obvious benefit that I would say is that my feet have gotten really strong on the bottom. I've developed these thick calluses, like right here under the toes, and this bone that's under the big toe. There's just like a super thick callus right here, and then I have a callus on my big toe also, and on my heel. And basically, my feet are like nearly bulletproof now. Like, sometimes I accidentally step on glass, nothing happens. I've been hiking in many different terrains on pebbles and on rocks. In my opinion, there's like level like level 1 to level 10 of like walking barefoot. If you're like going on a hike, just like walking in the grass or something is like level 1. Then if there's some sticks and some roots from the trees, maybe it gets up to like a 3 or a 4. And once you start getting into like a path that's just like sharp rocks, or like a construction site that's just like gravel rocks on like an unpaved road or something, this gets you up to like the level 9 and 10. And I guess the fire is level 10. Haven't walked on fire yet, but it's coming up. So yeah, essentially my feet are just like super durable on the bottom, because I walk barefoot every day, pretty much everywhere I go. So yeah, I've developed these thick calluses. My mom even said to me today, like, she was looking at the calluses on my feet. She was like, "You're like an animal, like a gorilla that has like these pads on their feet." She's like, "That's what animals have, because they walk around barefoot all the time. They have these pads on their hands and feet." So I guess I kind of have these like gorilla pads on my feet, which is pretty cool. I love being compared to a gorilla. It's one of my favorite animals. So thank you, Mom, for that amazing compliment. So yeah, I can confirm that your feet will definitely get a lot stronger and like more durable when you walk barefoot more often, and you will develop a tolerance to like walking on the ground. So right now, if you feel like you want to be barefoot more but you feel like it hurts to be outside, just take it day by day. Take a couple minutes outside barefoot every day. Start in the grass and then start walking on the road. Do some hikes, don't push yourself too hard. But yeah, you'll definitely start getting calluses if you just stay consistent. Alright, so the next benefit or change, I don't know if I should call these benefits or transformations, but they're kind of like all beneficial, so I'll just keep calling them benefits. Then the next thing that happened to me is it's kind of similar to the last one, which is like heat tolerance or temperature tolerance. I've been living mostly in Southeast Asia, but also like all over the world, but pretty much all like tropical places like Morocco, Mexico, Southeast Asia, for like the past couple years. And so I've been walking on like the hot grounds in like Thailand and Vietnam, which gets like crazy fucking hot especially in the summer. So walking on the hot pavement, it's not always the most fun, but I can tolerate it. And sometimes I like walking on really hot ground because it's just like more of a challenge compared to like just walking every day. So yeah, my feet have developed like a tolerance to walking on like hot ground, where maybe when I first started walking barefoot, I had to like run across a hot ground, or I had to have some shoes. But yeah, now I can pretty much handle it, and I like to push myself without burning myself. For the cold, that would definitely be a challenge for the future, is to be walking around the snow barefoot. I know what you're thinking, like I'm an idiot, probably gonna get frostbite. I wouldn't push myself too hard. I have a friend that lives in I think Wisconsin. His name is Marcus. I love you, Marcus. And I saw that he was doing some walking on the snow not too long ago, and he like did it slowly, more and more, and he acclimated to being able to walk in the snow like for a long time with no shoes. So that's fucking awesome. But yeah, my feet are resistant to the heat for the most part. Alright, so another change I've seen in my feet is that they've gotten wider. You probably can't see right now, so I'll go ahead and put a better image on the video. Yeah, they've definitely gotten wider compared to, because they just don't look the same as how I remember my feet looking before. I think they used to be more narrow, you know, because I always wore like Vans. I was always really into skate shoes, and Vans are pretty slim. Because I'm using this mic that's attached to my phone, I just like pulled it a little bit and my whole phone just fell down. Anyway, what was I saying? I used to wear Vans. But yeah, the narrow shoes that I used to wear made my feet like, you know, it like put them together and made them really narrow. And when you stop wearing shoes, your feet just have like the opportunity to just like spread out the way that they're naturally supposed to. So my feet have gotten wider, my toes have spread out a little bit, and I mean, the benefit of this is just like it's more natural, and I think it just gives me like better grip, like for, I don't know, being on a slack line, or I know that's something not everyone does, but even just like playing sports, I think it just, yeah, it could give me like overall better balance. And like I said, it's just more natural for our toes to spread out. That's what they're supposed to do. So it's just helping me to get back to the natural way of life. All right, so the next benefit is less physical and more kind of mental, emotional, and like kind of philosophical. So my social confidence has, yeah, just like skyrocketed since I stopped wearing shoes. Like my ability to just not care about what other people think about me and face judgment. Yeah, this is just like I've gotten so much more courage and strength in this area, because walking barefoot is not normal for most people, right? So I get a lot of people looking at me. When I was living in Vietnam, Thailand, Morocco, Mexico, you know, these kind of places, people are curious, they're not shy. So I was getting looked at and people asking me questions and talking to me every single day, like, where are your shoes, where are your shoes, where are your shoes? Not only that, but also, you know, like people pointing, people constantly like talking to each other. I can see them like whispering to each other, staring at me, kids laughing, adults laughing even, and that's cool. If I make someone laugh, make someone smile, that's kind of a win in my book. Even if they're laughing at me, like I made someone laugh, like that's awesome. I didn't even have to say anything. I just walked with no shoes and I made someone laugh. Like that's kind of a superpower. So yeah, I haven't had too many experiences where people have gotten upset. It's happened a few times, maybe once in like the US, I can't even remember. Maybe just like a car driving by, someone's like, where's your shoes, idiot? I don't know, just somebody being a troll. It's whatever. And then I think in Morocco, everybody was just trying to make a joke. Like they would every guy in Morocco, they would come up to me, take off their shoes and be like, here, take my shoes. But they were joking. They weren't actually like giving me their shoes. They were just joking, but they were like, take my shoes, take my shoes. I don't know why. They all thought this was funny. I guess it was kind of funny, but it was weird. But yeah, I haven't really received any like negative feedback. Some people just say like, you should wear shoes, like it's hot, it's dangerous. Basically everyone just says the same thing, which is like, be careful, be careful, be careful. It's like, when you get calluses like this, don't even worry about it. So yeah, in my opinion, it's just helped me to not care what people think about me, and that has kind of translated into other areas of my life, like just the way I dress, the way I cut my hair, shave my head, uh, whatever, anything that I do. The courage that I've got from being barefoot has like helped me to be like courageous and not care, just in general in my life. So honestly, that's like one of the biggest benefits out of everything here. So yeah, boosted my social confidence a lot, and I'm really happy about that. All right, so the next benefit of not wearing shoes, I'm gonna stay on the same um, area of like social connections, and say that yeah, being not wearing shoes has created like so many opportunities for a social interaction, because like I said, like I'm not trying to get attention from this. Like I don't want everyone to be staring at me and pointing at me and laughing at me and talking about me. I don't care if they do, but it's not what I want. I want everyone to be barefoot and for this to just be normal, but it's not. So yeah, people are always talking to me, asking me questions, and it's cool because it just like it creates all these social interactions that before, if I was just wearing shoes, I would just be a normal guy, I guess, and then people wouldn't talk to me. But because I don't wear shoes, they see me as this like really weird character. So then sometimes people just want to come up and talk to me in every country that I've gone to. Yeah, so that's cool. It just creates like social interaction. And then people ask me questions about it, and I tell them like, yeah, it's just like I tell them some of the benefits that I'm explaining right now, and they get curious about it, and then I tell them like, yeah, try it. So if I can plant any kind of seed in someone else to go home and like walk around in the grass a few minutes, I'm honored, and yeah, I feel good about that. All right, so this next benefit is one that you probably hear about a lot when you see something about barefoot, which is this grounding. People talk a lot about grounding, which is like having your feet on the dirt and the grass, on the sands, like connecting to the earth and kind of feeling this like calmness or like more connection to nature and the earth, which I think is true. For me, I don't know if I feel this like overwhelming like grounding high or something. I don't know if I would say I have like a specific grounding feeling every day. But I think if I were to wear shoes and walk around with shoes, yeah, I would feel like worse. I would feel less connected to everything, and I would feel weird and uncomfortable. But yeah, I think grounding is real. And yeah, there's a lot of information about barefoot and grounding that you can look up yourself. I don't know everything about it. I've heard that walking barefoot on the ground helps to protect us from EMFs, like Wi-Fi radiation and all this kind of stuff, because I guess you're just allowing the energy that comes into you to just like go through your feet and go into the earth. Also, when we walk on the earth, there's like electrons in the ground or something that are like supposed to be like sending us like signals, and if you wear shoes, it like blocks these signals. And if you don't wear shoes, then like you feel like the energy from the earth like going through you. It's like information from the earth. So I'm not sure what the benefit of that is, but it sounds interesting. I'll take this information, whatever. So the next benefit, I'll say, is like raised awareness. So first, just like walking awareness. Like when you're not wearing shoes, you have to be, especially in the beginning, you have to be like really conscious to like not step on a big rock or not step on glass. When you're wearing shoes, you can kind of step on anything because you feel like your feet are protected, so you just don't care. And then if you're not paying attention, then you can kind of just like trip or fall, if you're hiking and you like step on a big tree root or something like that, or if you're playing a sport and you're just like not being conscious of like how your ankle is moving, you could like twist your ankle playing basketball, for example, or something. So walking barefoot, yeah, in the beginning I had to be really conscious and really present about like where I'm stepping. And then over time, it's just kind of become like, yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of subconsciously like aware of where I'm stepping at all times. So yeah, it's kind of given me this like just this awareness of like where I step, and I think that just like helps to prevent me from injuring myself. So that's cool. Okay, I just remembered another benefit, which is that my feet don't smell. Right? For my whole life, my feet always smelled terrible. Especially in my house, my feet always smelled the worst of everyone because I played basketball like every day. So I was playing basketball in these socks and the same shoes, and my feet would get all sweaty, and then you take the socks off and your feet just smell horrible. So yeah, I had like bad smelling feet for many years. But when you stop wearing socks and you stop wearing shoes, then that sweat and that smell is not being like trapped and contained in a shoe or a sock. It's on your foot is just out in the open. There's a plane. Southwest Airlines, I think. So like I was saying, when you have your foot just walking around, like when your foot is not in a shoe, it's not going to sweat as much. It's really not going to sweat at all unless you're in like a really hot environment, but then the sweat will just roll off. And just walking on the grass, like, and walking on the ground, your foot is just kind of like constantly like washing itself if you're walking in the grass, because there's water in the grass. So like my feet don't smell like anything. If anything, I think they smell kind of good, not bad. Like it has like no smell, but yeah. So that's just amazing. And the last benefit I'll mention is this feeling of just like freedom, like feeling like a child, being barefoot and just running around on the beach. I mean, everyone runs around on the beach, but you know the feeling of running around on the beach with no shoes. Like, it's just amazing. So my life is like this all the time, being in the grass, being in a park, yeah, just always being barefoot. It just feels like, it reminds me of being like a kid, and I feel like that all the time. So it's just this really beautiful feeling of freedom and like kind of just like, I don't know, connecting to like my inner child, connecting to the natural side. And yeah, it's hard to explain. It's just something you got to feel for yourself. But yeah, it's beautiful to be barefoot. So yeah, that's pretty much all the changes and results and benefits that I've gotten from being barefoot for more than 2 years. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I have a lot of other videos that I want to make. Like, I want to make a whole barefoot series about the shoes that I need to wear if I go into a grocery store or something like that. Yeah, I just have so many things. So if you have any questions or comments, then you can leave it down below. If you enjoy the video, you can give it a like, because I think that helps the algorithm, as they say. I don't know, but I imagine it's helpful and not hurtful. I do want to say that I've experienced like no negatives walking barefoot, like no negatives. Just like the one time that maybe the guy yelled at me while driving in the car, but really, like, the benefits outweigh any negatives. Be smart. Don't go walking on rocks and glass like your first time barefoot, because you might cut yourself, might hurt yourself, and then maybe you can't walk comfortably for some days after that, and then it may make you want to stop being barefoot. Just ease into it. I'm going to make a video about like how to transition and some good shoe options, barefoot shoes for transitioning. So lots of more content to come, hopefully. And yeah, I just really hope that someone out there gained something positive from this video. So I love you all. Thanks for watching, and have a beautiful day. Peace.